fun.
We do.
The commercial breaks. Welcome back, Benson and Maven. Game number 3.
I miss you, Maeve.
ISO versus TCM.
You should just come live in New York and we could actually spend time together. It'd be great.
We'd have far too much fun, sir.
We would. Anyway, as you said, series tied at 1-1. TCM already with the drone. 2-point play, 15 seconds. No big deal. Moose slam dunks that one in. So, with that said, game 5, Maven? No, I'm just kidding. But in all seriousness, what are the chances here ISO managed to take this uplink game?
This is one I guess I'm not that familiar with TCM because I haven't really seen them play all that much at all. And looking at the ISO squad, I know they've been really very good at hardpoint, pretty darn good at S&D. Not, I guess, kind of up and down maybe I'd say. When it comes to uplink, at least back to relegation, they weren't, I don't know, nothing, I wouldn't say anything really that special. So this would be a game I think they could definitely lose. I'm really looking forward to the hard point and the S&D to see if they can come alive and take the series.
Next hard point is going to be Detroit as well, so honestly, after watching TCM's first performance, got to kind of favor it. They look so good. Win here in uplink is going to be massive for them, and they've started off nicely. 3-point lead within the first minute of gameplay. And they don't look like slowing down. Of course, they are on that favorable side. Dito's going to try and sink the 1-point play. That should be good. It is, and reduces it back down to a 1-possession game.
I'm watching TP, who's trying to deal with getting these players out of the base right now so they don't get rallied. He's able to get a big kill there on Llama God to push this out. So no rally going to be coming in from ISO. Now they're at the battle for glass control. ISO has it right now. Havoc's able to take out TP. They still have a couple players in. They're just trying to throw it forward, get some pressure. And I think there was a player trying to possibly reset that. Doesn't get it out. That's going to allow Havoc to go for the 1-point toss, and he gets a nice one over the edge there.
Wow.
That'll make it 3-2.
Down to a 1-point game. 3 minutes left. TP just trying to control glass. Does win the gunfight on Dito. So there's going to be more players side of glass, and Dito's not going to win. TP's not going to win that one. Luckily, though, Moose in a position to trade. Havoc now breaks into glass. He's not going to win the gunfight. So last man alive is going to be Dito. And he may have to try and set up to go for an AC interception. But no one from TCM wants to pick up that drone just yet, Maeve.
Oh, they're finally getting forward. It's going to be Jerd with the hands at a toss. I thought that was going to be a little bit short, but it does fall through. So 4-2 advantage here. Now, drone's up. Who is going to be able to vie for control? You saw TCM had glass. They're able to get in their hands again. The 1-point toss is up, and that's going to go through too. And they only really had one man forward. Do you think that's something that ISO would be able to hold off? As they had, I think, 2 people from TCM spawning. The only person really in a forward position was the drone player. You can't allow one to get on the board like that, in my opinion.
Yeah, Jed just got back-to-back ones. He literally just ran at them and was able to convert. So nice play from him. Individual plays coming out. Drone down in TCM's base. Silly should be able to pick that up. May have to go for a 1. Can he get it off? Yes, he can. That should be good. 5-3. Still a 2-point game. 2 minutes left. For the most part, this has definitely been TCM in control of the game. Just need to stop these small mistakes from happening. Honestly, they'll be able to rack up a lot of points. Still plenty of time in this first side. Silly with drone control. He's just going to dart. Can he get it over the wall? No, he can't. If he could have done, that would have been big because you had Dito going for that big flank from green. Would have maybe been able to convert for a 2-point play. Instead, though, Moose with full glass control. He's going to run straight out. Play shooting him from behind. He's going to get away. And honestly, TCM look good to put some points on the board here, mate.
Yeah, if he can get a little pressure forward, this is going to be a dunk. He's wisely going to go for 1. We'll get the toss in. 6-3 advantage, just over a minute to play. Drone back up. Now, this will be a lot on Moose. If Moose can get a couple kills here or distract as long as possible, I think he has Jerd there with him. The European duo here needs to get as much damage forward as they can. Allow for the rally to come in. They do just that. Makes for an easy 1-point toss. Honestly, if they can keep control here, they can get a couple more rallies coming in. Really
surprised CX just go for 1 there. Had it 2 wide open. You know, if he gets that 2 and then passes the drone back up to Moose, another 2-point play stops the clock. But not going to go for it. TP with the drone. He's going to try and sink the 1. Gets it. 8-3 now. The lead for TCM. Still 40 seconds left. And this is what I was talking about, Maven. You know, blink of an eye, this can turn around, and TCM in full control, getting good spawns on the drone. TP has the drone once again. May just go for a knee slide, 1-point AC. Unable to get it out off, though. And ISO need to just do some damage control right now, it seems.
Yeah, they just need to stop the bleeding as much as possible. This might actually turn into points. I don't think they can get a dunk here unless his teammates really go huge, but Dito's got to at least try and get 1. Is he just going to go for the dunk? No, he's going to wisely go for the 1-point toss. If that get intercepted, it did right out of his hand. It was the forward guy, Jerd. Yeah. I think that caught that with his feet somehow as he soared above. And there shouldn't be time there to put anything else in. No, so it will end 8-3. Potential points on the board. And if it was the first person that caught that, it must have just hit his feet as he jumped by. You kind of saw him dash over.
Jerd was jumping actually down. Well, sorry, he wasn't jumping down. He was falling down from his initial double jump, and it just kind of hit him on the feet, and it was unfortunate.
So not able to get any points through, but now going over, I think they're going to be to the strong side as ISO.
Is that too much of a lead, or no?
No, not at all. Not with switching sides here. I mean, you can really. I don't know if there's anything that's too much of a lead when you're going to be switching to this side on the second half, because we've seen teams rally 10 off here in a matter of a minute and a half. So. No, definitely not too big of a lead. I wouldn't be surprised if you see points really, really fast here for ISO.
Silly just got a two.
That should be 1 point, yep.
Yep, Silly just got a two-piece. Lamagod is just destroying people in that base. If he finds the third, that would just be very, very crazy. Unfortunately, not going to be able to do so. Silly going to play for the drone. And surprised he isn't going to go bottom middle despite team support. Instead goes top blue. 8-4. This could be 8-6 very quickly, and it is. It's now a 2-point game within the first 30 seconds. TCM caught napping at the start of this second side.
Yeah, you just see this so many times with the flip. I mean, you just can't get discouraged. You got to keep team comms up. You got to keep positive, because you can get completely rolled in the first side and just come roaring back, and that lead disappears in 30 seconds or so. It's 8-7. It's only a 1-point game. 60 seconds in here, and they've already tacked on, what, 4 on the board?
Yeah, and they're about to get another one.
They've got potential to tie the game or take the lead here.
Interesting thing I just noticed, Dito running double smokes here in uplink comeback. Not seen that before.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only time you might really use it would to create mayhem. Well, I guess they could be used just about anywhere, really around base, but I would think mostly around glass and around drone.
Mate, this is a tight game.
Create a little bit of panic, maybe, but
I'd
be curious to see where he uses them.
ISO with a 1-point lead now. TCM just... This is bizarre.
Well, people say this map plays a little more 50-50 now, and yes and no. To a degree, do I think it has? Sure. This side always being the favored pretty much from day number 1.
Just done it again.
If you can get control of the base, so TCM's pushing now. If they can get control of the base here and force that green spawn, it's just as easy for them, in my opinion, to rally dunks and get them rolling. Is it hard to get 1-point shots from this side? Sure. But you can rally dunks very, very easily if you get set up on. This should be an example of it. They've got them spawning green. They needed someone to stay on the base. No one stayed up top to get the pass forward. No one stayed up top to try and slay them out. What would have been an easy dunk, still might become one, but it's going to be a lot more difficult. No, they're actually going to get it out, and they're going to wrap green.
Yeah, and you may see Havoc actually go for a 1-point play. Instead, he wants to try and force the point. Go for 2, but no! Jerd again with a goal line stop. He's had 2 interceptions and a big melee, and he's going to pick 6 this. This is going to be a 2-point play every single day of the week. 11-9. TCM once again with the lead. Jerd with a huge 6 uplinks this game. A 19 and 22 performance is fantastic from him. But Dito, he's played satellite drone respawn area, has the drone in hand, decided to go back for the melee, unable to pick it up. Silly with the drone. Can he somehow convert this to points? This would be big, even if it was only a 1-point, but he's not going to get it either. TCM finally wake up in this second side.
Well, that's what's scary about you've been doing one thing right, ISO. You've been controlling that kind of standard push from glass side and forward. They try to play a little base defense. You try to wrap green. That's what's scary about wrapping green. They decide to wrap it. They come up with an interception. That dunk goes through for Jerd in what seems like 3 seconds. It's just so fast to counter that, and that's why you kind of avoid that overextend on comeback at all costs.
This is if Lamagod wants to go bottom middle. There's a play directly behind him though. Lamagod basically left with no decision. Couldn't get the 1-point throw off in time. And moves now with the drone. A minute 30. Could make it a 2-possession game. Should be good. That's... Yep. No, he's missed. Oh no, but luckily teammate in support gets a 2. So now ISO down by 4. After a great start, Maven, they have looked as if they've fallen asleep.
Yeah, they just have to get control of what they were doing right in the first place. Just get control of drone spawn, push from the standard glass side. They were getting point after point after point. TCM, though, they did a really good job. That's what happens when that's what helps to have those veteran leaders in Teep and Eggs. You know, the floodgates open for a bit, yes. They bend a bit, they don't break, and now they've got control again.
Moose with the drone.
Bend but don't break, Ben. Bend but don't break.
I like it. Minute left. ISO need 2 2-point plays. They do have control somewhat of the base. Dido doesn't want to go for one, but he may be forced to. Has to go. Oh, intercepted from Mr. Aches himself. Plucks it out the air, and he's going to reset that drone immediately. Llama God picks up 2 kills, though. It's Aches and moves alive. Aches holding down the spawn. The assist comes in, and honestly, TCM, they started off slow, but they played the end of this game absolutely perfectly. Jerd should be able to throw and connects for another point. His 9th uplink of the game. He has put up some unbelievable statistics, and TCM are going to go 2-1 into the lead. Yeah,
having 9 scores to go with it, also being basically at even right now, he had one hell of a game. I mean, a lot of times you'll see the player that does, if it's one guy doing heavy drone work, not, you know, kind of a spread effort from the team, a lot of times you'll see that player going -10, you know, kind of double negative, struggling a little bit as they're carrying the drone for the most of the time. Obviously, a lot tougher to pick up kills when you're carrying it, but some of those were his own routes, some were picking up tosses in the base. I mean, the score shows he got 9, which is amazing, but he wasn't exactly, you know, like the drone guy per se. He wasn't carrying it all the time. He had some easy cleanups there, but had a really, really good game.
I mean, let's not forget he had 2 interceptions as well.
Yeah.
Plus the goal line melee stop. Jerd with a fantastic performance. And as we said, TCM...
What's that do for your fantasy team? Do you have Jerd?
No, but guess who does?
Oh, Mr. X.
Mr. X has Jerd himself. So that's not good for me. Jerd picking up 4,725 points in that map alone. I'm pretty salty about that because I wanted to really draft Jerd and I decided not to. Probably should have done. But anyway, TCM in the lead, 2-1. Going into a map number 4. We'll go back over to an ISO host. Hardpoint Detroit coming up after this quick commercial break.